I still got it. What up, YouTube? It's your boy Double M, and I'm coming back at you with yet again another tutorial. Now look. I know I haven't been on YouTube for a while. I know, but I've already explained this. I already explained why. If you follow me on my IG, you will know. Let's just be happy that I'm here. Okay. Now in this video, what I want to do is I want to introduce you, right, to drawing the anatomy, how to think about it. Looking at anatomy more generally, not really looking at specific body parts and all that. It's more like an intro to drawing the anatomy. Think of it like a guide, right, on how to learn the anatomy before you learn the anatomy. Okay, wait. Before we get to the video, there's something I want to address. A previous video that I posted a while back, honestly, I don't know how long a while back is, because it's one thing when you record the video, but then it's another thing when the video actually gets posted way later after the recording. But anyway, our recent video that we posted, that video is the one that shot us up to 500K. We hit 500 subscribers.
I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart.
Our community is getting bigger. They're not ready for us, but in order to continue the trend, I need you to hit the subscribe button if you have not, to join and become part of the Double Empire. While you're down there, make sure to drop a like. Alright, so let's get started with the video.
To me, what makes anatomy important is that it really shows what type of organism you are drawing. These type of organisms have different type of muscles. A wolf is going to have different muscles from a tortoise or something, but then again, we're just busy with humans, so we don't really need to consider the anatomy of animals, of other organisms just yet. So when it comes to anatomy, you're just looking at the build of the character, how built this character is, how is this character actually made, so to make it look like a human, you actually know what the human has. And remember, it's not like you have to draw big muscles to know the anatomy of the human, right? You just have to know the muscles of the anatomy. Basic knowledge is required to draw the human, because the human has specific muscles, right? It can be big in this human, it can be small in that human. They both have the same muscle. Why am I stating the obvious? I don't know. So I came up with 3 levels, right? 3 levels that I feel like if you master all of them, you have mastered the human anatomy, and can in turn also master any other organism anatomy. But I feel let's just focus on the human anatomy right now, right? So the first level. At this level, I feel like you should master, starting out to master the different body groups of the human body. The different body groups in the human body. This is what I'm talking about. There's the torso, there's the abdomen, there's the upper and forearm, there's the thigh, the leg, and the lower leg, the calves. Basically what I'm talking about, I will be using shapes to draw these different body groups. I'll use a big square for the torso. I'll probably use a smaller square for the abdomen. Cylinders are going all the ways for the arms and the legs. For the upper arms, the forearms, the thighs, and the calves, right? Learning the body groups and the shapes that you will be using to draw these body groups makes things so much easier, makes things not too hard to focus on. Because when you have fewer, bigger shapes to start off with before you get into the high definition, it makes things easier. It's an easier starting point, right? After you've learned and understand these body groups that are part of the human body, you then dive in a little deeper and look at the muscle groups that are on a body group. Like if you look at the torso, for that you will have the chest, and you will have majority of the muscles that are at the back, like the trap muscles and the lat muscles. Again, another example, when you look at the upper arm, there are different muscle groups that make up the upper arm. You have the shoulders, you have the triceps, and you have the biceps, right? When you're at level 1, right, like learning the body groups, your art starts to show that you are learning the anatomy, right? But I feel like when you're at level 2, learning the muscle groups, right, or even past level 2, learning the muscle groups, your art starts to show that you have basic knowledge of the anatomy, or it even shows that you know what you're doing. At this level, it shows that you have basic knowledge, good enough knowledge. It shows that you know the general shape of the human body. But it doesn't mean you have mastered the anatomy. That's when we go into level 3, the muscles, like the actual muscles. At this level, this is where you learn the muscles that make up the muscle groups. You look at the chest, right? That's a muscle group. There are different muscles inside that muscle group that makes up the muscle group. At this level, your art starts to show that you are a true master at human anatomy. Now, obviously, learning anatomy, mastering anatomy, not even learning, mastering anatomy, that takes time. You spend the least time in level 1 and the most time in level 3, because as you progress, you're going to spend more time in the next level because of the complexities in each level. Now, see, with me, what makes things easier is that I gym, I work out, I train, right? And in doing so, I feel like this at least helps me to further memorize the type of the muscles that make up these muscle groups, because I'm out here trying to make them look proportional and all that. But again, this has helped me, or is helping me. I don't want to say I've mastered anatomy. I still got a long way to go, but this has helped me. Now, this doesn't mean that not mastering the anatomy will not make you a good artist. There are many, many, many great artists. I don't want to use good because good is average. There are many, many great artists that don't even show that much detail. They don't even show that much anatomy in their art, and they're still great, But I'm not gonna sit here and deny the power of actually mastering your anatomy, because I feel like it helps. You don't really need to show your art at that level where each muscle strand makes a muscle, which makes a muscle group, which makes a body group. I don't feel like you need to get to that level, but I feel like getting to that level, it helps. It even helps you with understanding how to come up with the shapes that you will use to draw the muscle groups, It's a way of studying from real life. And in doing so, not only do you know at a high level what muscles make up the body, you can also know how to make things proportional in your art while still including and excluding some things. It's like coming up with your art style, right? You are studying from real life, and from real life, you're picking and choosing what not to and what to highlight, what to emphasize on, based on what you like emphasized on in the body when you are drawing. You like to draw big feet, you will study the feet in real life, and you're going to come up with different ways, different shapes to include what you studied from real life to make shapes for the big feet. Don't worry, dog. I don't judge. So yeah, that should be it. The 3 levels to help you master the anatomy. You have the body groups, you have the muscle groups that make up the body groups that are on the body groups. Then you have the muscles that make up the muscle groups that are on these body groups. This is how we're gonna tackle the human body, how we're gonna tackle mastering the anatomy. So I suggest you stay tuned. Make sure you've hit the subscribe button to be a member of the Double Empire, and make sure to drop a like while you are at it. Make sure to also check out my other videos. Make sure to check me out on my IG and my Twitter as well. The links are in the description. God bless, and until next time, Double M out.